I did not get shot.
I was saying you shot me before you hit that buzzer.
Orange bonus buzzer again, though, the difficult one to hit. And Fred taking a little bit more ground, coming up left-handed, shooting that inside lane. Zimmerman going right-handed, look like he wants to push towards that orange buzzer. Fred's all over the backfield right now, kind of in that open spot. Now he's going to push towards the blue.
Doggy dog, we're out there. It's haymaker after haymaker, each one. Everyone get that. Hey, I do not ever want to lose these months. There we go. We're an emotional team, so the way I see it, if you ain't playing for us, you ain't emotional.
Two minutes.
So welcome back here, Central Florida Paintball for the Pro Paintball Invitational. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford, and the favorites here this weekend. About to take the field, Tampa Bay Damage. Got a couple new guys on the squad that they are going to be given some looks to.
Not new guys to the sport, just new guys to the team.
Well, one of them we've seen on a couple different squads, Mike McGowan.
Getting around. He's getting around, trying to find a home.
He's a good offensive threat.
Yep.
And the other guy, his last name is Horn. And so that's a guy I'm a little bit less familiar with.
I'm as well.
So we'll have to see, you know, how good he's going to look out here. Did talk to Jerry Blute at length. Real excited about the squad. Damage this year. Really feels that 2021, he wants this team to be the best team at paintball again. I think they can be. The guys are very seasoned. This is a team that at one point in time won 3 events in a row.
This team was real scary at one point.
Yeah, they were the best team in the world. So, and it's pretty much the same squad. The couple different guys out there, but getting Keith Brown back and you know, picking up Brad McCurley. I mean, this Tampa Bay Damage really could make a run in 2021.
Yeah, they got a really good roster now, and they've always had that kind of different style. You know, they got that dirty Florida style of, like, you know.
And they're playing a young, hungry squad in Columbus level who's been getting their grind on here.
Yeah.
So now off the break, it looks like the ref's going to be checking out.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Pulling out Chad. That's going to pull Keith out, so a penalty to start things out here.
Yeah, kind of surprised that was a bad move by Chad.
Oh, that was Brian Smith.
Oh, Brian Smith, sorry.
Uncharacteristic. First penalty, though, assessed on Damage. This is just 3 bodies left alive for them, so kind of digging themselves a hole here against Level in this first point.
As Level fills the 50 snake to take advantage of that hole. Oh, it looks like Level gets a penalty as well.
Even it back up.
So, guys, neither one of these guys were here practicing yesterday, so they probably didn't pick up on some of the subtle nuances of the game. When you get shot, you have to leave the field. If you continue to shoot your gun after you get shot, then they take you and a buddy. Damage now attacking on the trio side of the field. Even bodies, 3-on-3 here. Damage attacking. Level got to the 50 snake first, but he didn't attack. He went right into defensive mode. And Damage is showing the experience they have. That might be McCurley over there, I can't tell, but flying right down the drill side, taking advantage of it. So Level losing a 5-on-3 situation there, shooting 1 player, getting a penalty, having 5 players alive. Only 3 players for Damage left alive, and the 3 players are able to push into the 5 and win.
Yeah, what a great look for, and that's what Damage thrives in that situation. They're real good at playing low, down on bodies. Are good in those moments, and that was actually a slimmed up Jacob Edwards over there on the D side.
Yeah.
Who, though I talked to him, I'm like, hey man, you definitely kept yourself in some shape in the off season. He's like, actually, I weigh more. I'm like, okay,
muscle
well,
weighs more than fat,
I'm like,
for
patting
sure.
his stomach. I'm like, yeah, you're taking it from here and you're putting it up here. That's the way it's supposed to go. Good for
I'm
you.
doing just the opposite. I'm doing just the opposite.
I'm on that.
I'm padding my gut.
Getting the dad bod going on hard.
It's insulation, bro. It keeps all your organs
it's
safer.
winter. It's the winter, man. But yeah, so that was a good look there. And unfortunately, 4 level getting that penalty, and that kind of cost them. It looked like they were going to coast and put up an easy point against Damage with the penalty assessed on Brian Smith.
But ball dropped on Level's part. It was a 5-on-3 situation. Yeah. They had a player in the Snake 50 who never looked to wrapping one time to look outside and wrap and kill anybody. So the Level had a real good opportunity to win that point. It had Damage, been in that situation, they definitely would have played that 50 Snake differently with nobody in front of them.
And poor Keith Brown, first point of the day, gets pulled out on a penalty. It's not even his fault.
What? No poor Keith Brown. When you're that good looking, when you're that fast, when you're that good athletic, things like that should happen to you just to balance it out for the rest of us. It's called the bell curve. Look it up, bro.
So right now, looking on your screen is the squad that Harris has brought down here to represent New York Xtreme. So if you're just joining us, a different look for him here at this event. It's only him and Tim Stetzel. If Tim got in last night,
Tim is here.
Okay, but I liked the look they had at practice. I thought Callie played well for him. I thought Straza played well for him. I thought Brian played well for him. So, but they had a disastrous first game. Got mercy ruled by the MLKings.
I think they just took that first game for granted, kind of. Like, obviously, we're going to beat these guys. We'll throw our game plan together after this match.
So we need more offense out of New York Xtreme.
They need to survive the break, and then they need to be aggressive. Looks like they got 5 alive out there. That's a good start.
They're taking on the taking on the Outlaws, Trademygun Outlaws, Fort Wayne Outlaws, and talk to Fred Berkeley. Got a couple new pickups out there. They're going to be trying to work in to the squad. 2 bodies coming off right now for the Outlaws. 1, and it's Harris Hussein coming off early here for New York Xtreme. So it's a 4-on-3 situation in favor of the Outlaws as they get into the Snake.
Good. I like the fact that they're attacking the Snake here, even down a body. New York Xtreme has a player in the Snake corner, but he's not looking to go forward. He's looking to play D-ball. Sitting there shooting his gun. So even though they're up a body, there he goes inside to the God Bunker. That's exactly what he needs to do. Fill forward and keep the Trademygun player from coming down and getting shots across the field. 1 body advantage here for New York Xtreme. Possibly their first opportunity so far today to score a point. They're pushing up the New York Xtreme is now pushing up to the rear side of the field. I think it's Brian over there.
Yeah, and how important, I know they just started this game, but this is their second match. They have not scored a point yet today.
That feels horrible.
Yeah, that first point is it's kind of crucial.
It's so crucial.
That mental momentum.
Yeah. And that might get, Harris and those guys pumped up a little bit because they certainly weren't pumped up for that first match. After they'd lost 2 or 3 points, it looked like they'd pretty much just conceded and were just taking their lumps. Trademygun player at the 50 Snake, wrapping around looking for some kills on New York Xtreme. Exactly what you want. Oh! Gets caught slipping.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few guys die trying to wrap around from that spot in that exact same situation.
That's a big wrap, man. You gotta hope nobody's looking. If nobody's looking, you could do that, but anybody looks, they catch you. Fred Berkeley moving forward into the 50 Snake there with his cat-like reflexes and insane amount of speed. Oh, and he gets a kill on Callie inside as he goes forward.
Oh,
but backs up and gets caught.
Yeah, so Berkeley getting the kill cross field, but then getting caught himself, and now it's going to allow New York Xtreme to get a body here into the Snake.
Yeah, New York Xtreme is in real good position here to win their first point.
I think this is Chris.
3-on-1 here. Looks like Straza releases, assassinates the last player for Trademygun. And New York Xtreme were winning their first point here.
Yeah, so
that's got to feel good. It's got to feel better.
Yeah, nice to finally get one on the board here for New York Xtreme. Nice little run through at the end there from Straza.
Well, and now you got to really scratch your head, right? Like if you can come out and play a good point against Trademygun like that, why can't you go? Oh, you know why? Nick Slowiak. Nick Slowiak factor that first game. You know what? I go back. New York Xtreme didn't have a chance in that first match.
Well, they were. So you're saying Nick Slowiak was helping out the MLKings as well?
Oh, sorry, wrong match. Oh man. I was trying, Nick. Sorry.
It's okay. I like how you're just coming up with creative theories.
Hey, listen, it's gonna be a long. It's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna say some crazy things. Don't bother DM me. Don't message me. I know it makes sense a lot of time when I talk. I get it. Here we go. Level Level Up's got one of the bigger teams, huh? Not little tiny guys out there from the Midwest.
They get that and the Outlaws. We always say if you're
Yeah.
getting in a team fight, Outlaws always seem to. And a couple of their new guys.
I'm gonna make sure I say good things about both of those teams.
I'm talking to Fred. I'm like, so how's the team looking? Could you text me that roster? He's like, yeah, I got you. And he's like, okay, this is a new guy. And I'm like, okay, that guy's over 6 foot tall. New guy over here. Okay, that guy's also over 6 foot tall.
Are you guys building a hockey team or a paintball team?
There are a couple smaller guys on level. They got a few of them, but
hey, if you can be a big dude, it's just harder, and you have to be more athletic.
Yeah.
You were a big guy when you played.
10 seconds.
You too. Well, like Christian, another huge dude. Christian looks like a tailback. He's
for sure.
Gigantic.
Yeah, for sure. And
Very
again,
athletic.
Christian, I'm a huge fan. You're a great player. Doing some amazing things out there. I'm going to say that about anybody bigger than me. Just not looking for any trouble at this point in my life.
So Level losing 2 bodies on the break here as Tampa Bay Damage.
Keith Brown flies into the 50 and gets ready to assassinate the rest of the team.
Yeah, Keith Brown wrapping around here. There goes another easy kill for Keith Brown.
That pink paint they're shooting looks real good, nice and bright. Keith Brown putting a lot of pressure on whoever's on the other side of the field for Level. Level only 2 players left alive, one in the Dorito there, one in that tower. Keith Brown all the way on their side of the snake now.
Yeah, Keith Brown in a real good spot here, and
Keith Brown, one of the best snake players I've ever seen play the game. One of the nicest guys in paintball, and one of the few just smart guys that I've ever talked to in paintball. Just no ego, just like no, this is what I do, this is why I do it. I'm like, wow, that all makes really good sense.
yeah, Keith Brown solid gold. He's in a really good spot. He's taking a lot of pressure from that back Dorito. He did just lose Elias Rodriguez though, but then now Keith Brown's going to rip that lane. He's putting the pressure on. He's going to continue to move up the field as another body comes off for Level from that knee side. So it might just be down to that one body left.
If I'm Keith Brown, I'm like, hey, other 4 dudes on my team, at any time, clock in and get in this game. Because he just shot all those dudes by himself, and it had all those dudes on him as he was shooting the guys.
Well, that's why you pay Keith Brown, man.
Oh, that's right. Still, I'm like, hey, guys, just jump in the game.
Yeah, so solid work there from
Listen, no one likes to show off.
Tampa Bay Damage, the Edwards brothers out there as well. I mean, really the only body they lost, I think, was Mike McGowan was in on that point. Looks like. No, that's their new pickup, Horn. Yeah, that's not McGowan.
1 minute.
So, yeah, good look from Damage to put a point up here.
10 seconds.
Yeah, if you see Keith Brown jumping in the 50 snake with 4 guys behind him and they've already shot 2 guys, you might as well just concede that. Just, let's work on that next game plan.
Yeah, unless the last guy left alive missed practice last time. So now we're going to see next point here as York Xtreme, the 1-point lead over the Outlaws. With a nice little finish in that first one by Straza.
Yeah. Well, and Trademygun, you know, they all work, they all have regular jobs. They all flew in last night. They weren't able to get here and practice the field yesterday. So for these first few points, they're actually playing the bunkers for the first time they've ever seen them, played them. So for the first few points, you can kind of expect for them to play a little bit roughly and then try to figure the field out a little bit better, you know?
Yeah. So it looks like, I think Kristen is going to be getting a spin out there.
Again, huge fan.
You're just saying that because he's bigger than you.
That's right. That's right.
But, yeah, you know, they've picked up a guy named Brian Butler as well, too. We're going to be seeing some spins out of him. Michael Unger, also a new player out there.
Ricky's out there.
Ricky Smith.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just some new guys. They still have Stapula.
I like some of their pickups, too, man.
Yeah, still Stapula. So Stapula and Berkeley, the holdovers that Jeremy's been working with for a long period of time. But lots of new faces out there for the Outlaws.
Well, that's what you want. You want some new guys, and you want the old guys for the new guys to like kind of be modeled after.
Look at Christian just towering over, who is that? Saladol, I think? Yeah, Vidal.
Remember, was it?
So Vidal is your perfect snake player.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Christian, you know, in true outlaw form,
seconds.
well over 6 foot tall.
Tailback.
Yeah.
Was it Dave Stewart that used to play paintball with us back in the day? Large guy from England. Really large guy.
Yeah, that was like the guy you just never wanted to get in a fight.
Yeah,
he was he used to box with Nick Slowiak.
He detached Nick Slowiak's retina in a bar fight. Yeah, and so I accidentally shot him one time because I really tried not to shoot him ever. Trademygun are losing their first 2 players on the Drew side of the field. New York's really got their shots dialed in. 3-on-5. No, New York loses their player, so 3-on-4 situation advantage to New York. Straza moving to the center of the field. Oh, another player eliminated. Looks like Ricky's taking the walk there from Trademygun. Only 2 players left alive for. Oh, Berkeley's taking the walk. Only 1 player.
Yeah, just 1 body left
Jeremy
alive.
should go ahead and concede this now. Save a few seconds.
Not looking good here in point number 2. So they're going to throw the towel. They're going to concede it. And another solid point here for New York Xtreme. 2 in a row. Just
losing that first player. And again, you know, when you lose 2 guys on the break, it's kind of tough. But Trademygun has not played this field, not played this laid out. So blind layout for them. So it's gonna take them a few points to get in this game, or maybe a match or 2 really to get in this event. And New York Xtreme is very, very happy to have that little bit of break for their comeback match here.
Well, not only did New York Xtreme have a really good practice yesterday, they did get to warm up, but they also got blown out in that game. So they're going to be warmed up. They're going to be very motivated.
Yeah.
So kind of a tough first game here for the Outlaws.
For sure.
Now,
much like Levels, a tough first game. Gonna have a tough first game against Damage.
Well, I mean, Damage this is their home field.
Yep.
They all slept in their own beds last night, and
pretty good at paintball.
Yeah, and
right. And to be fair,
just a stacked lineup.
Anybody who plays professional paintball is a good paintball player. But like everything else in life, there are levels to this thing, and Tampa Bay Damage is probably the only one true tier 1 team that's here. So they have a marked advantage against all the other teams. But it's great for all the other teams because all the other teams that are aspiring to be as good as Damage have to be able to beat them in these situations if they want to be that team.
Well, and Level is also missing some of their best guys. They don't have Justin Pleedy here. No Danny Schonauer. He's not here as well. Greg
that's on
Guerreri.
Level. That's on Level, right?
Yeah, I mean, Pando tried to get him here, but it was, we are working through this pandemic here, so some of the guys couldn't come because of that.
Some teams will take advantage of it, and some teams will get taken advantage of because of it.
So right now, there's Holiday, and I think that's McGowan.
10 seconds.
That might be the other new pickup.
Yeah, I think it's another guy. Horn.
Yeah, Chris Horn.
We should have waited a minute for that.
Chris Horn has like a little bit longer hair.
Yeah,
they're kind of
bit
similar sizes though.
I think that's Dan right there. He just got shot on the snake. Inject. Looks like Damage gets all 5 players in there alive. Level does as well. Both teams in similar positions. Neither team's attacked the snake yet.
Yeah, a little bit better position, not anymore. I was going to say for the Level because they have a body at that brick, but then quickly Jason gets up in there.
Yeah. I like Jason up there because he can stop that guy from attacking the snake. He can go bunker the snake out if they get it. He's got a lot of options from there.
Yes, we got, I believe, Mike McGowan over here on the snake side for Damage. Jason Edwards at the brick. Brian Smith right behind them. He's looking towards the D side. And then there goes that first body you see for Level dying from the back on the corner on the snake side.
Can't die early in the corners, man. If you're in the back, you got to stay alive, guys. Figure it out. 4-on-5 advantage here for Tampa Bay Damage, up by 2 points. Similar field position still. Neither team has been attacking the snake or the Druida side. Everyone's kind of just still playing their original bunkers. One of the things that I'm kind of impressed by the Level guys is they're pretty good gunfighters, Matty. They don't, they're not super fast, not super athletic, and that kind of makes them, I think, probably fall back on gunfighting more often. So I see them win a lot of gunfights in these situations where they're not being pressured, where no one's pushing down the field and they have time to have 4 or 5 gunfights before they get shot in the back.
Yeah, well, it's great if the guy that owns your team owns a field.
Yeah, for sure.
So, level up Sportz in Ohio, Dave Pando. Great facility out there.
So the Level player now finally makes the move into the snake, but he does it so late in the game, he's already lost his whole team.
Well, I think he just got shot by his own guy. Lehman's looking back. Yeah, he just got shot. A little friendly fire, not so friendly there in his back.
A kill is a kill.
He took a shot. He's like, did that really just happen?
Sometimes when Thomas said he shot 6 guys in a 5-man, he did. He really did.
So it was pretty much, that point was pretty much ending when that happened, though. So, but yeah, Level down by 3 right now is Tampa Bay Damage. Nice controlled point out of them. Didn't really risk much, just won some gunfights there towards the end of it.
And they had their 2 guys playing that point, which I like. Give them an opportunity to get out there, get some spins with 3 good guys on the squad and see how they play. And they all played well.
So now it's going to be up to the Outlaws. Try to tie this up against New York Xtreme, 2-0.
Yeah, can't lose that 3rd point, right? That's the point of death.
Yeah, I mean, it also really depends on how long the points have been going. Back in the race 2 era, once we got to 3-0, the statistics on teams losing was like 92% of the time.
Now it's down to what, 70%? That's
Yeah,
still pretty bad.
It's still bad, but but there's time on the
10
clock. 12,
seconds.
15 to go. But this is the point right now for TMG. They've had a couple points to warm up. It is cold, especially for Florida. It's not really that cold for guys from the Midwest, but
Game on.
So the one thing I think Outlaws need to adjust here is they need to start getting some kills on the break. They're a really good team. Oh, and they shoot Cali on the break there. I was going to say they're a really good on the break team, but they have not been shooting anyway against New York. And they lose their first player. So 4-on-4 situation here. New York with no one over here really attacking on the snake side. Trademygun's got one in the Godfield bunker. Harris now is playing on the Dorito side of the field, which is a little bit different. Takes him out. Bet he wishes he was over here now that Trademygun is in this 50 snake. Oh, good field to the corner there by Brian.
yeah, Outlaws.
Oh, there goes
and
the penalty.
A penalty assessed on New York Xtreme, so
That hurts.
just 2 bodies left alive for them as they lost Cali early. 2 more walking off with the penalty. It's going to leave just Straza and 1 more body out in that back corner. That's
Brian.
Yeah, Brian or Chris. I think that's
Brian and Chris, yeah. So Trademygun's got 4 guys left alive. Once they figure out there's only 2, where the 2 are, what the 2 guys are doing, they're going to be able to put this together and close out pretty easily. Brian's in a tough, that snake corner with those small temples are so hard to play. And then Straza isolated in the center of the field. As they push down the Dorito, his bunker's just going to get smaller and smaller.
We saw some good looks out of both Brian and Straza in low body situations yesterday. Let's see if they can do it again. Of course, that was in practice. This is a little bit more official tournament status as far as the pressure and having the refs there, but see how the Outlaws close. Fred Berkeley now past the 50-yard line in the center of the field. Fred Berkeley filling up, trying to get to, I think that's Tapula past the 50-yard line in the center of the
Game
field.
stopped.
Yeah, so pretty solid point there. We needed they needed a good one, and they got one.
Yep.
Got a little bit of a gift of that penalty, though, which hurt New York Xtreme.
And that was the first point where New York didn't have any offense. Once they lost Cali in that corner, they just basically froze up and didn't do anything. Brian came back out here to the snake side, but only
1
defensively.
minute.
So although they lost a guy there on the break, they shot a guy quickly after that, but then they just sat there, didn't go forward, and allowed the other team to attack. Trademygun filled into the snake, Berkeley to the center of the field. This is not a field where you can kind of sit back and lock up the lanes, at least not at this level. You know, no one's kind of figured it out yet. At Sunday afternoon, they might have figured it out, got it dialed in. But right now, you got to get in those 40s and 50s. You got to get outside of those tapes, not get trapped in the middle back.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of we saw some low body stuff in practice yesterday, but it was more of guys making big moves on the D side.
Yeah, where somebody would drop a lane,
Yeah.
somebody would make a move and get 2 or 3 bodies.
And that's kind of what you're
20
looking for.
seconds.
The best defense a lot of times is an offensive move when they're not expecting it.
You should write that. That could be a saying. Like the best
10
It is.
seconds.
It actually is. a saying.
defense is a good
It's a saying.
offensive thing, would
Yeah,
you say?
It's a thing.
Oh, okay.
I stole it from
Oh.
other sports.
That's mine now. I'm making a logo out of it.
Up by 3
Game
here,
on.
10:53 to go. Is Columbus Level having some struggles here early on?
Yeah, and so my only fear here for Tampa Bay Damage this weekend is that they bore the hell out of us. My fear is that they're gonna, kind of figure the field out, get up a few points, and just kind of not play paintball. But it doesn't look like that they're gonna do that. I see Keith Brown flying into the snake, although they're up by 3 points. Obviously, he doesn't need to do that, so that's good. Hopefully,
penalty.
Level with the penalty here. Man, you cannot come out and play against the best guys in the world and get a penalty and think you're gonna sneak a point out. So Damage way up, I think 5-on-1 here. I think 1 player left alive for Level. Keith, or maybe 2.
So yeah, Doviak getting pulled out on Hollowell's penalty. And that's going to make things pretty easy here for Keith Brown. No one in front of him. Just focusing on those crossfield shots, trying to get a shot there on
That Dorito 3 and the Dorito Temple, the only 2 left alive.
It's actually D4 is hot for him.
Yeah, there's only the 1 big guy left alive there in the home, and he got caught, so I think that's it.
Game stopped.
Academic.
So on cruise control right now through 4. 4-0 the score for Tampa Bay Damage, 9:50 to go.
This has got to be great for Tampa to have this practice at their home field, right? Like, hey, we're going to throw a practice event,
we're
bring
going to throw like
referees and everything.
And it's just right down the
pods, and
street from you guys.
We can, we'll be there. Why not? Yeah,
Joey's
sounds
like,
amazing.
I don't have to buy any plane tickets?
That's amazing.
This is great.
Thanks. Hey, would you fly in some referees
1
for us?
minute.
Yeah. Is there a chance you guys could put up a scoreboard, maybe some water and some pods in the pits? Yeah, we'll take care of all that. Don't worry about it, man.
Then we'll be there.
All right, we'll be there. Whatever. We're not signing autographs though. That's where I draw the line.
You're going to force us to play 4 games a day? Perfect. All right.
Joey's like, I'd like to get 2 or 3 more matches out of him, but I guess if that's all we'll get. Here we go. NYX going back against Trademygun. Trademygun with a little show of life that last point. Match is pretty close. Only 1 point match.
Yeah,
plenty of time left.
We haven't seen a
30
good game yet.
seconds.
We've said 2 blowouts. We're just getting things going. We saw a blowout, 2 blowouts this morning, and a blowout so far in the Tampa Bay level match. But this one's a game. 2-1 is the score. We'll see if it stays close. York Xtreme up by 1, and that's the new lineup for the Outlaws. So,
buddy Christian.
Yeah, Christian and Ricky out there. Berkeley,
10
you know, the
seconds.
consummate Mr. Consistent for the Outlaws over the years. They still have Stapula.
There's Ricky looking to break out on the snake side. Talked to him earlier. I'm like, where are you playing? He's like, I think the snake. I'm like, how are you going to get there? He's like, how do you think I should get there? I'm like, that's on you. You should have like 5 or 6 good answers for your coach. Like, number 1, no matter what, I'm going to get there, coach. Number 2, I can go to the corner. I can go to the guy. I can go inside out. I can go outside in.
Body coming off right now, Rich, from
Yeah.
the Outlaws, and it's going to be from the D side. So front player gone off that side. They still have 4 bodies live. Christian in a good spot in the center there. Quickly got into the big brick, and he's looking towards that D side. Sees his teammate walk off and knows he needs to stop the forward progression from New York Xtreme on that side, who's also getting a body checked out by a ref. It looks like he's clean. So good solid 5 alive break here for New York Xtreme.
Callie moves up into that brick. He played there yesterday, and what he would do is he would try to catch his mirror from going in, and if his mirror didn't go in, he would sneak in. As I say that, New York loses their snake corner, Matty.
Yeah, 4-on-4, and slightly better field position as Ricky is now he's got the outside here on the snake side, and there doesn't have to worry after winning that gunfight. Now, so Callie knows that that body died.
Nice move for Callie.
Yeah, so Callie is able to get out a little bit wider here to mirror the move with Ricky.
See, now this is where they can do that little wrap, Matty. They can get away from it from the god, they can do that little wrap to go forward, but they try to do it at the 50, and that's when they get caught. Callie pushes himself into snake 1.
Callie had some real good looks over here yesterday, and
this is what they need from him. They need him to have offense and go down the field and cancel Ricky out here.
well, that was their big problem in the first game. They had no threat. They didn't have any threat on the D side, no threat over here on the snakes. They just couldn't get any offense going. And now it looks like Berkeley's going to get caught cross field. Oh, so
Callie shoots
Callie
Berkeley.
shoots Berkeley, but then Ricky shoots Callie.
Oh, and Harris Hussein taking the walk as well. That's too bad.
Yeah, and good communication here. So Ricky gets that kill, calls the code to Christian. Christian Collins looking D side still and just turreting over there, trying to stop the attack of, I think that's Brian over there for New York Xtreme. And he's going to have to produce some kills. Same with Straza. Yeah. So Straza with a smart move to bump across. I really like the secondaries we've seen out of him in these pressure situations to see if he can win a gunfight or two to turn the tables in this point.
Yeah, and it's all about timing. When you're playing that back center, you've got to have a good timing to get out of that back center and get outside to the tapes. Not too early so that you're not protecting guys in front of you, but not so late that you can't protect guys in front of you or get that fill. Straza's the only one really stopping Ricky from going forward right now. 2 players left alive. Brian and the Dorito putting pressure on Ricky. Straza putting pressure on Ricky, but nobody put pressure on the other 3 Outlaw players.
Yeah, so Ricky in a good spot here at the 50-yard line in the snake. Almost got caught cross field, but able to stay alive. And now gunfighting, engaging with Straza. Here comes the big move on the D side as things start to get going in the offense for the Outlaws.
Nice job.
As here goes Christian following things up through the center of the field, and it's going to be the combo of Ricky and Christian, but a penalty thrown. Who's it going to be on?
I think it was on New York.
Game stopped.
Great point there from Ricky. And Christian played really well, too. Straza with a good fill out here. Brian doing a good job on the drill. This is a good point, man.
Yeah, I want to see who made that move for him to kind of crack things open.
I think it was Tim.
For the Outlaws?
Oh, sorry. No, it was red stripe on his pants coming out right now.
1 minute.
Sorry, I don't know his name.
Yeah, I can't.
As soon as we were saying,
I don't know if I think that might be one of the new guys.
as soon as we were saying, hey, there's no one shooting at the other 3 Outlaw guys, he got up and started running down the field. I was like, hey, he's listening.
So yeah, I love the follow through of Christian. Like that's what, if I'm Jeremy, I want to see.
Yeah.
Ricky played really well over here on the snake side. Christian followed the move up that I'm trying to figure out who that was over there on the D side that cracked it open for the Outlaws. But that was the correct move at the correct time, followed up by a series of correct moves. So.
Because all the guns were on Ricky, so somebody else had to pick up the ball and run with it.
Yeah, so that's going to tie the game too. 2-2 is the score in that one. So finally getting a good match out
and
here.
like we said, Trademygun will probably struggle these first few points, never playing the field. But once they get some spins, get some looks, like, oh, there's a blind shot right here. Don't stand right there. You're definitely going to get shot.
Yeah.
They're right back in this match.
So Harris is over here talking to the head referee and probably about that penalty here as Keith Brown takes the inside route for Tampa Bay Damage, and easily just glides into the 50-yard line.
Yeah,
untouched.
well, he makes it look easy, right? When you're that good, you make things that are really hard look really, really easy. It's like you with dancing, ballroom dancing. Yeah, to me, I'm all,
Hey,
it's tough.
I've been known to cut a rug.
So elegant.
Or two.
So elegant.
So yeah, Keith Brown now looking crossfield towards that D side. Not feeling a lot of pressure.
No, and Level's got 5 bodies left alive, but the guy on the snake side for Level is just completely playing defense, waiting for Keith Brown to wrap into his gun as Keith Brown assassinates his players across the field.
And Tampa Bay Damage is now filtering down the field to help Keith out a little bit. As there goes Smith in behind him. He's going to get with him and take over the sideline here. Oh, just almost looked into a ball. Does the jump shot. So Level in a real tough spot here as they're starting to drop some bodies.
Yeah, he's got to win. Level player's got to win this gunfight, and then if you win the gunfight against Agent Smith, one of the hardest guys to ever beat in a gunfight, then you got to beat Keith, and then you got to hope Jason Edwards doesn't run you down.
Is Jason comes through as laser focused on Brian
scenario.
Smith. Yeah, there's really not much he can do in that situation.
Tough scenario.
Except get your back tenderized by Edwards.
I think I'd probably try to get shot in the hopper in that situation.
Well, Tampa Bay Damage, the favorites out here, looking like the favorites.
Decent. Looking decent.
Reverse point.
We got Joey Blute over here asking about the mercy rule. Yeah. Well, Joey's been around for so long.
There's so many
different rules. Yeah. I have to do the same thing sometimes. I'm like,
what format are we playing?
Which rule set are we using from what year?
Yeah. What format are we okay.
Yeah, so it's looking real good for Tampa Bay Damage in their first match against Level. The next game that Tampa Bay Damage is going to play is against New York Xtreme after this upcoming set, which will be Level NRG Elite, the prospect team against the MLKings, who looked great. The MLKings demolished New York Xtreme.
Yeah, they did. They looked really well. But unfortunately, when you demolish another team, we've talked about this in the past, you don't always learn the lessons that you need to learn to beat the next team in front of you, right? Those matches where you win by 1 or 2 and you've been down a couple points, you had to come back, those are the matches that really put you in a good position to win your next couple matches.
Indeed. So, tie ball game right now. New York Xtreme and the Outlaws as both teams getting a body out. Oh, looks like a body coming off. 2 coming off right now for New York Xtreme. One getting out wide is on the snake side and the D side. They're going to throw the towel, though, to preserve the time.
Good concede there. Yeah, Harris was in his bunker, got all the way to the snake corner running and shooting, but then just wrapped into a ball real sloppy.
Well, and I also think that they started with 3 because of that major penalty that was assessed on them. And so I think it was just Cali left alive in the back center. So that's why they immediately threw the towel. So there's Cali Perez walking off.
Brian's walking off, Cali's walking off, Harris is walking off, and they got someone shot early. So maybe start with 4.
Maybe start with 4. I saw a red flag go up, and Harris came over.
I saw them all chirping, yeah.
To talk to the ref about it. But, well, now they get to reset. But now, after that initial lead, now down by 1.
So nice to be able to have a nice practice/tournament environment like this where you get good quality referees, scoreboards, you get real coaches and real players to play against. I think it's a great environment. For me, I get to watch a lot of really good paintball for the weekend, so it's like a win-win. Yeah. Obviously, it's a little colder than I would, like it. 73, 74 is where ideal situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone in the Northeast right now is like, that's not cold.
I hate you.
Is there any snow on the ground? Oh, no snow on the ground? Okay, it's not that cold.
Did you fall on ice on your way to the field? No? Oh, okay. Don't talk.
Did you have to get up early to start your car? Oh, you didn't? Okay, it's not that cold.
Tampa Bay Damage. Perfect here so far. I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that maybe Joey put on him, too. It's like, I don't expect you guys to lose a match this weekend. If you lose a point, we're going to have a long talk. Both teams in 5 on 5, although the back center does have a hit on his left knee.
Yeah, so Level trying to stave off the mercy rule point here. It's Tampa Bay Damage. Elias Rodriguez is going to be the first to come off. 5 on 4 in favor of Level.
Level player getting a check here in the God. And he gets popped and gets a penalty.
Disaster strikes here for Level, so they lose a body from the brick in a gunfight, and then their player on the snake side here getting a minor.
Yeah, I think that's his second penalty so far. He's the guy who drew the penalty earlier too.
It's Hollowell.
Yeah, Hollowell. Yeah, there's a hit. That's why they call it. You get shot, you got to get out. Sorry.
Well,
Robbie should be coaching him better than that.
That's all Goldsmith's fault.
Jesus, Robbie, get it
God,
together.
I can't believe you forced that guy to get a penalty, Rob. So, yeah, look, it initially did look good for Level. They had a 5-on-4 situation, but throw it away with an early death.
Yeah, Level does really well in the breakouts. They don't lose a lot of guys, and they generally shoot as many as they lose at least. Obviously, against Tampa, that's a little harder than most. But then it's past that breakout where they usually struggle. They play a lot of games, 5-on-4 up a body, 5-on-3 up a body, but then don't really have that offense to get down the field and close it out.
Yeah, so that game's going to be over. And Damage is going to take a Mercy Rule win here with still a ton of time on the clock. But lots of paintball to play for Columbus Level. And they had to, it's kind of tough to start the tournament out, and your very first game is going to be against Damage.
It'd be funny if Damage only played 30 points for this weekend.
Game finished.
Just 6 matches, 5
every
points.
single
six matches,
never
6
give up
points,
a point.
Yeah, 36
1
points.
minute.
Straight pitch a shutout. That would be nasty.
We could have never done that in our day. Never had the discipline to focus. Somebody would have blown something. Oh, no, I'm going to definitely get that kill.
Well, let's see if New York Xtreme picks it back up here. So they got still a decent amount of time left, 6 or 7:55.
Plenty of time
to go in this one, and plenty of time for both squads. But if you're the Outlaws, I mean, they really turned it up here. This is 3 unanswered points for them. New York Xtreme went up a couple until the Outlaws woke up. So the Outlaws, let's see if they can continue to do what they did in that last one. I love what we saw to Ricky in that one. So Ricky Smith making the smart, correct moves over here, gunfighting properly. Christian with some nice following up in the center, and then we couldn't see who the big move or who made the big move on that D side. But that's good. I mean, you got a lot of new guys on this squad.
In my opinion, New York Xtreme needs to win or survive this breakout, right? They can't lose 2 guys in the break. And then with whoever they have left on the field, they need to play offensively. They can't allow the Outlaws to push down the field and take the spots and make the angles worse for them. 5-on-5. Callie's up in the center for NYX.
So first body's going to drop from doubling up in that back center.
Yeah, that bunker
Berkeley.
gets small fast, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be 4 bodies alive right now for the Outlaws. New York Xtreme in pretty good spots so far. They have a body over here on the snake side. Got a body with Callie.
Similar positions.
Yeah, very similar positions. It's all evened up over here on the snake side. Both teams have a body at the brick, and both teams have a body at the wedge here on the snake side.
Yep. And it's such a close match that nobody wants to drop this first body, right? So everyone's kind of trying to find out, like, who can I get in a gunfight in where I have an advantage in that gunfight?
Rich, this could be our first long point of the day.
It could be.
Oh, and as we say that, though, Callie risked trying to get across and is able to do it. The brick was not looking his way. Ricky sees the bunker move, and no one's watching over Callie.
That's not Ricky.
That's not Ricky?
No.
Okay.
So it's easy to tell Ricky because he's black.
Okay, that's true. Sorry. Who is this? Okay, it's Vidal.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Great
so
move, Vidal.
That was a correct move.
That was Vidal's athleticism that got him that, because he thought he was in the 50, went to get him, he wasn't there. He's like, oh well, I'll just keep going until I find him.
Yeah, and somebody's got to watch over Callie.
Yeah, for sure. And Callie's back guy gets shot too. But another Outlaw's taking a walk as well. Could be a 2-on-2 here.
Yeah, I think that was Butler died from the center for the Outlaws. So the Outlaws still have a body on the D side, and he moves up into D4 near the 40-yard line. Fred Berkeley's going to come over to the snake side because there's no one alive over here with that move from Vidal.
Yeah, it might be a 2-on-1. Straza might be the only one left alive for New York.
And so Berkeley.
Oh, yep. And Straza takes the walk.
Yeah, so it was a 2-on-1 situation. And I think that was Stapula over there on the D side, who was the thorn and able to put up yet another point. So now it's 4 unanswered points in a row here as New York Xtreme struggling again.
Yep. And again, New York made all their preliminary spots, but then they never attacked really. Even when Callie released and went into the snake, he didn't look. He looked inside defensively instead of wrapping and shoot the guy in front of him. If he'd have been looking down the tape when that guy tried to make a move, he could have caught that guy, wrapped, shot Berkeley, and kept going.
Yeah, again, they've reached a moment where they're having a hard time producing offense. Survivability is an issue right now for New York Xtreme, and they're having a hard time producing offense.
But, so my opinion though, Matt, I 100% agree with you, right? And if they were getting shot trying to attack, then I would be like, hey man, you guys need to dial it back a little bit, right? You're getting caught trying to attack, but they're not getting caught trying to attack. They're just not attacking. So in my opinion, if they haven't shut you down.
Well, I agree with you, but Callie did make the move.
Right, but he made the
was
move.
The first. So he took them. I'm saying he made the aggressive initiative move to get into the 50. No one watched over him. He gets bunkered. I also think he hit the bunker, and that's how Vidal knew he was there.
He went to an offensive position, but then instead of playing offensively,
wrapping
outside, he looked inside to play defensively and protect himself.
Well, he wasn't there for long.
Long enough, apparently.
No, I know, but he got in there, hit the bunker, and then Vidal saw, I think, the bunker move
and just
reacted to it.
And Vidal made a really, what can I say? Vidal made a really good move.
Kid made a good move, Rich. What can he do? So, and again, thank you guys. If you're just tuning in here, thank you so much for joining us.
If you're just tuning in, get up earlier. Jesus. If we can do it, so can you.
Hey, it's still early on the West Coast, man. When I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock, I was like, oh, it's 3 o'clock my time. I'm a little tired. I'm going to sleep for another 20 minutes.
Well, at least you didn't sleep with the guy snoring all night.
No, sorry.
Matt, I'm sorry. Are you dying, Matt? Do you need help? Matt, are you choking? I'm sorry.
Oh,
It sounds like you're choking.
And you sleep like a quiet little angel over there.
Thank you.
Not
I appreciate
really.
that.
No, you don't. So right now,
2 minutes between this match.
Between
full
points.
X ball.
Yeah, because Damage completely dismantled.
Really close
Level.
match between Damage and Level. Could have gone either way. Billy Wing's here. Hi, Billy Wing.
Billy Wing, the legend himself. I said Billy Wing, the legend himself.
Do you know who my friends are?
Yeah, you used to be a Californian. Well, you still are, I guess.
Yeah, used to be cool.
Nice.
He's flying the whole family out.
Yeah, Billy Wing, living down the street.
Wing
Used to
ding,
live in NorCal, play with us back in the day. But yeah, so we got ourselves still pretty close game, but it has been all Tampa Bay Outlaws for the last 4 points after a good start for New York Xtreme. Just under 6 minutes to play.
And again, to me, it doesn't seem like New York is trying to win and New York and Trademygun is stopping them. It seems like New York is just playing paintball, trying not to lose, and New York and Outlaws are beating them, you know? See if Harris and those guys can come up with something a little different here, a little more offensively.
So breakout. Looks like they're going to go wide with Brian on the D side, and he makes it clean. 5 alive for both squads to start things out here.
Yeah, both teams took a break there, bounced on the break. Callie got bounced here. One of the Outlaws got bounced on the Drew side. 5 alive for both teams. Now this would be a good opportunity for New York to start applying some offense. They've got a guy in Dorito 1. They've got a guy right behind him in the Dorito. Harris over the top of the center. No one's been attacking for Trademygun on the Snake side. So will New York attack here or wait until they lose a couple bodies and then try to get in the game? Harris Hussein releasing from that small wing into the big brick. Now he's looking to play defensively. Shut down them as they attack the Snake.
And move on the D side right now for New York Xtreme after the move up to the brick.
I think that's Tim Stetson over there in that tower. Moving to that tower on the Drew side.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good spot
there we go,
to launch from there. Now Callie's going to get into the Snake.
Nice.
Harris right beside him at the brick. Harris up and over the top, kind of looking downfield. Knows they need 2 points just to tie. Now under 5 minutes to go.
Right, and what I like about that move from Callie is now Harris isn't forced to have to cross that gap to try to get in the Snake and try to win the game for the team. Callie can try to win. Oh, Fred Berkeley taking a walk there for the Outlaws. 5-on-4 advantage. New York Xtreme has the position and the body advantage here with a really good chance to get back in this match. Only 4.5 left, though, so they can't take too long. Looks like Callie gets a kill across the field. 5-on-3 advantage here for New York Xtreme.
And Callie also, after getting that kill, jumps over the Snake beam and crawls to the 50-yard line.
And this time, instead of looking inside, looks outside, looks to kind of control his own destiny. He can protect himself from the outside. He can wrap and get some kills.
Yeah, has to be real careful on that wrap. We've seen some guys get a little greedy on that wrap around that 50-yard line and get clipped doing so.
Yeah. 5-on-3 situation. New York needs to win this point because they're still going to be down another point.
Well, here comes a big move from Harris. He's going to get one, and he's begging for a penalty from Butler.
Harris is saying that he spun and shot him, but it was actually the guy across the field in 3-1. Harris did a good job of staying in there a little bit longer.
Well, there goes a minor penalty. That's going to be assessed on New York Xtreme. They still have Straza and Perez over here. As Harris is kind of losing it a little bit, pissed off that he did not get that penalty call.
Yeah.
And then a penalty was actually assessed on the other side of the field on New York Xtreme, but Callie still alive with Straza to hit that buzzer. The point is going to be good. I see the thumbs up right now. So, Rich, we do have a 1-point game.
Yeah, and this is a great comeback there for New York Xtreme, down, like you said, the last 4 points. So now we have a match. And again, it came off of the offense of Cali and then Harris there. You know, by not sitting back, by going forward, they were able to control the tempo of the game, never let Outlaws get into those offensive positions and get those key kills.
Yeah, so
now I can hear Harris down there in the pits.
Yeah, they're 1 point away from tying this one up. 3. Yeah, point improved. Looks like they're so. After a little bit of confusion out there, it is going to be a 1 point match. 3:32 to go. And a little momentum now swinging over to New York Xtreme side. And we will have the 2 minutes in between the points because of the absolute demolishment that Tampa Bay Damage put on level.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Tampa Bay Damage can keep up their focus for the whole 6 matches. Because obviously they're capable of probably beating all these teams here in a 6-0 fashion. But like I said, back in our day, we just never had the discipline to be able to do that. Like, we'd be like, that sounds amazing. I'm trying to get Matt's pen to work, and it won't work, and now he's getting mad at me.
Why are you stealing my pen, man?
I'm a bad person.
Always stealing my pens.
I'm a bad person. Excited to see that Prospects team again come out and see if they've made any adjustments.
Yeah, the next set coming up will be the Prospects team. Prospects taking on the MLKings, who looked outstanding in their first match and their Mercy Rule win over New York Xtreme. And then we're going to see Level, who needs to pick it up, play NRG Elite. NRG Elite also looked great in their first one against those Prospects.
Yeah, I got to think NRG Elite is probably the second favorite team here, right? You know, behind Tampa Bay, and there's probably a pretty big gap between that 1 and 2 team, but they're the most kind of like focused, organized. They've been playing kind of the best in these, and they're not rebuilding as much as some of the other teams are as well.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Damage is going to be a tough team for anyone to beat because they have their rock solid line from World Cup. Couple guys that Joey Blue will be trying to work in. Horn, new player for them, and then McGowan as well too. See if they can hack it on that squad. So, but other than that, it's that all-star lineup that they got out here, and everyone's healthy. And you know, like we said, Jacob dropped some a little bit of waist on his waist.
It looked like
weight around his waist.
Probably dropped 150, 200 pounds. I mean, he was getting pretty big there for a while, but he looks good now.
It looks like a timeout must have been called.
Yeah, I think something's going on in the field. I don't know what's going on. The referees are talking.
Yeah, so 2 minutes to go. So yeah, either a technical timeout, the refs being summoned by the head ref. Have a little talk. We've definitely seen a decent amount of penalties so far through 2 sets, right?
Yeah, honestly, like I don't know all these referees very well. I think it's been kind of the same crew, but they've done a really, really good job of not getting involved in the games like you have to at the NXL, right? Like, hey, listen, this is serious. Everything's 100%. Like, no mess around. Like, they were face bumping out there and stuff. No penalties. No, just like as soon as it happened, they separated them. I walk over. I'm like, please tell me you're not. Like, no big deal. Like, you're minor, right? No penalty. Like, he didn't physically touch them. Their mask just touched them. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
So they're able to be a little bit looser, but as soon as someone crosses the line, they're right there to stop it and separate it so it doesn't get crazy.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the penalizing people for showing some emotion.
The peification.
I feel like it got a little weak for a while, but I'm glad that we're kind of tracking back from that. Guys were getting penalized for, yelling something and hitting a bunker. It's like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
We should not be giving people penalties for that, or
no.
Wanting people like, oh, you should throw this guy out because he slightly pressed his face against the other guy. He should never play paintball again. I'm like,
the
really?
premise of our sport is shooting people, right? It's a kind of an extreme sport. Yeah. So you're going to get some extreme activities. Like, people may cuss. People may say things that are offensive to other people.
Yeah, it's possible.
People may act out, right? Yeah. And guess what? Most of the people that play paintball are giant children, right? We have adult bodies, but we act like children. So you got to, again, expect little tantrums here and there, okay? It's going to happen.
20 seconds.
I think it should be rewarded, not penalized.
Oh, so if you punch someone, we should let them play with 6 in the next point.
I didn't say punch somebody, but I like where you're going with it. I'll have that conversation for sure. Here we go. Huge point here for NYX. Switching up, putting Cali on the Dorito side now.
On the breakout. Looks like Xtreme needs a good one here.
Looks like 5 alive for New York, but Trademygun has lost 1 player over there on the Dorito side.
Yeah, and then a quick adjustment as they send a body.
Harris. Wow. Big letdown there for New York.
So going to be 4-on-4 right now. With 3 minutes and 10 seconds left, Outlaws just trying to hold on to this real slim 1-point lead.
Yeah, 3 minutes is a long time to sit on a point. Looks like Vidal again on snake side for Outlaws. Played really well that last point. Another play. Straza getting caught trying to fill out of that back center.
So two guys that, you know, we haven't seen too many early deaths from Straza. That's a tough one.
I think that's the first.
Well, they have to get bodies up the field. They are the ones down. It's not up to the Outlaws to try to push forward.
Right, but
so,
it's also,
but still, that's still a tough death.
Yeah, and you need your attackers attacking, right?
Yeah.
To me, Harris isn't a 1, but because he went and died early, that forced Straza to try to get up there and fill in for him, and Straza got caught doing it. So 5-on-3 advantage here for Trademygun. Up a point, 2:30 left in this game, and it's going to be real hard. Now, Cali feels, instead of going forward, Cali feels back from the Doritos into the temple there, giving themselves no chance of winning that point, forcing New York to concede. Now going to be down by 2 points with 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Matt, how do you win this match?
Well,
3 words or less.
3 words or less? Well, attack. That's if I had to pick just one word. So there's 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. This is an aggressive field. We have seen bodies drop early, though. I mean, it's just pretty simple. New York Xtreme has to find a way to get 5 bodies alive and then move up the field.
Yeah, they do. It's a tough situation now, but they still do have an opportunity to win 2 points here and tie the match up, right?
Yeah, it's not quite full bore, 100% staggered attack, you know, try to win the 22nd point. They have 2 minutes and 23 seconds to work with, so.
Try to shoot 2 on the break.
Oh, yeah, hope they get a penalty. And right now, if you're the Outlaws, you know, this is a real big moment for the Outlaws because sometimes they have a hard time maintaining their composure in moments like this.
Yeah, bending and not breaking.
Yeah, exactly. So
I've heard you say that.
Yeah, so for the Outlaws, and again, a newer look for this team.
But a pretty good look.
I like the look of the new players for the Outlaws right now. I think that both Vidal and Ricky played well here on the snake side.
That little fast guy, Christian, amazing up the middle.
Yeah, tiny guy. But yeah, Christian had some good looks in the center. Berkeley's been very consistent as always for them. They've been kind of mixing some bodies up here or there. Stabula had a couple good points. So yeah, overall, it's been a good look. So this is a big test for them right now, though.
Especially like that point where Ricky and Christian played over here on the snake side. I feel like as a team, like a team of 2 or 3 guys, they play that as well or better than anybody has been doing.
Yeah, that one looked
really good, right?
Yeah, that was about textbook as it gets.
I agree.
So,
Berkeley making the walk.
Yeah, so we'll see.
You know, Berkeley is a known liar.
Oh, what did he lie about?
Yeah. He was like, hey, I don't know if you remember this, but when I was like 15, 16, I was pitting for you and Matty at HP, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm like, bro, you're like 50 years old. So if you did that when you were 60, that means Matty and I are both 90. That you're a liar. You're a known liar, bro.
Oh, come on, dude. Fred Berkeley was never 15.
That's what I said. I was like, you were born in 18 for sure. York Xtreme. Trademygun.
There's Fred Berkeley. Yeah,
10 seconds.
At the ultimate shootout, he did great, man. He made it all the way to the finals.
Known liars are good shooters.
I was really happy. So he's going to be in the finale.
Oh, cool. Yaya did pretty well, huh?
He won. Yeah,
I think that's
about
amazing.
as good as you can do.
I think that's amazing. Cali gets shotgun in the corner.
Yeah, so this is what we talked about. They needed to keep, the New York Xtreme needed to keep 5 bodies alive somehow and present offense, but now we got an
Harris taking a walk again early.
So Harris Hussein coming off early, so it's not looking good for him right now.
It's not looking good for them.
Still with some more paintball to play, though. 4 games today.
Got 2 more matches, right?
Yeah, I think 4 total.
But to be fair, if they don't make some adjustments, those 4 matches are going to look similar to these. The last 2 matches are going to look similar to the first 2 matches.
Well, it's not going to get any easier because the next game that New York Xtreme has to play is Tampa Bay Damage.
Probably not going to be a problem. I would look to that to be a pretty close match. Could go either way.
So looking over the shoulder here, Fred Berkeley.
Concede. New York concedes that point. Probably could have conceded a little earlier. Going to be academic regardless because it's going to be a 3-point gap now.
Yeah. Once those 2 bodies had walked off and they didn't shoot anybody, because I don't think they shot anybody. Yeah, there's still 5 bodies out there right now. So once it had become a 3-on-5, if you were going to throw the towel, that
would
what
have
you
been
want.
the time. Yeah,
so
for
now
sure.
they're down by 3 with only a minute and 32 seconds left. So now it's pretty much 30-second points. They're going to have to do the staggered attack, just run down the field and hope it works out.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so next up will be Columbus Level taking on NRG Elite. And with how well that NRG Elite played their first match, Level's still yet to score points, so I'm going to have to give the nod to NRG Elite in that one, just based on what we've seen today. And then the Pro Specs taking on MLKings, and you got to give the MLKings. But they kind of similar to the Outlaws, Rich. I do like the look of the new guys on the MLKings.
Yeah, for sure. They seem like they kind of fit into that MLKings vibe. Like they all kind of look like MLKing guys already, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they got good looks out of both. Was it Betancourt and Carter? And you can see there on your screen the rest of the matches here today. So Tampa Bay Damage and was in this set, believe it or not.
1 minute.
Seemed like it was long ago, but a complete
long ago.
Complete torching of level 6-0. Just looking on cruise control the whole time, and we're watching the conclusion of the York Xtreme Outlaws match, which started out really well for New York Xtreme.
For New York Xtreme, yes.
They went up 2-0, and then the Outlaws woke up and have looked really good.
Yeah, and it's like again, to me, it hasn't been as much the Outlaws beating New York as it's New York just not trying to win against the Outlaws. You know, just kind of sitting back and hoping they can win all those gunfights out of their bunkers.
30 seconds.
Harris has been dying early the last couple points. That's obviously been hurting him. But I look to him to be like a 2, not a 1, right? And I need more productions out of the 1s. I need Brian and Callie and Tim to get up the field and get some kills.
Yeah, Straza filling his air. He's going to run past us real quick.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
Hey, man, you're up.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds to get out there. And he's got to run. Oh, okay.
Who's got my goggles? Who's got my goggles?
Able to get out there just in time. Hope his gun's turned on.
Game
And
on.
it is. So Callie's
Snake on the break. Like that.
Yeah, Callie has to.
Probably should have done that. Probably should have done that earlier in the match.
No choice. So they did pick up Callie, though.
Harris again shot early.
Yeah, just no offense, man. No offense.
No, making it real easy for Trademygun here just to shoot their guns.
So they're probably just going to let this one play out.
I hope
They're
so.
going to concede. They should have conceded it right now.
I hope they let it play out.
Yeah.
Trademygun just takes the time, and minute left in this match. Straza now shot out of the back center. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see another point here.
Well, they could just get to the buzzer and let it.
Yeah, that would be
down.
the polite. That would be the polite thing to do.
It's not like they're not getting their money's worth here as far as how many games they're getting in. So yeah, they are going to concede it. So we are going to see another point.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
So do you? Let's talk a little bit about this next set. Level NRG Elite. What do you think? I already gave you my opinion.
Level and NRG Elite.
Yes.
I think that Level will do pretty well in the breakouts against NRG Elite, but will lack offense after the breakouts. And I think NRG Elite will play kind of a slow, methodical, but more aggressive game than Level and beat them by a decent margin. Yeah,
well, Level is missing 2 starters and a total of 4 players. So they don't have Danny Schonauer, Greg Guerreri, or Justin Plee, or Addison Winstead. So they don't have 4 guys. And again, 2 of those are from their starting 5. So that might be why they might be lacking a little bit of offense right now.
Could be, sure.
But this is a tough field to be lacking offense. And we're seeing that out of New York Xtreme. That's been their main struggles. They haven't been able to get anyone going consistently on the Snake side. And the D side's been a little bit better, but not by much.
And you can win this field without playing offensively. It's just harder, right? It's a naturally offensive field. So if you're not going to come and be able to attack down the trees with Snakes, then you better get a really good breakout, and you better lock up really, really well. And Level hasn't been able to do that so far. But again, they didn't practice yesterday, so their first match was their first look at the field. So now that they played the field, can go back and be like, hey guys, this is what we thought. That didn't work. You know, they're going to play better their second match. They're going to play better their third match. So. You know, no telling how well they'll do throughout the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Still got about 50 seconds to go here before what should be the last point. This game was a lot closer than what that scoreboard
at one
right
point,
now.
New York was actually winning this match.
Believe it or not. But the question is still, for New York Xtreme, is who is going to be their offense?
Yeah, and they've got 3 offensive players on the team. You know, Brian, Callie, and Tim are all good offensive players. Yeah. But either they're not.
And even Harris.
Yeah, to me, Harris is a really good offensive player, but he's not a 1. The fact that he gets up there is amazing, but because he's a larger, slower guy, he's got to kind of wangle his way up there. He's got to time his way up there, so that's easier to shut down than someone like Keith Brown.
10 seconds.
Did you say he has to wangle his way up there?
Wangle, yeah. I'm not sure what that means, but it's like wiggle, wriggle, and wrangle.
I kind of like that new word.
You can use it anytime.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Your player getting shotgun at the center there. Oh, Harris gets shot again early. Harris has got his timing is just a little off. He's getting caught looking all the time. Straza making a big move from center into this brick. He's got 2 kills against Trademygun on the Snake Drio side. He's reading and reacting well. He's going to go through and get a couple kills here. Oh, he gets caught right at the last second. Nice try, Straza.
They're also making moves on the D side as well, too. I think Brian's still alive over there.
Again, if they'd had some of this offense in those 4 points that they just, cherried up, then they'd had this match would be much, much closer. Burke's going to go up and try to close this out. Here comes Ricky. Tricky Ricky flying down the Snake side.
Yeah, just that one body left alive.
Now, had Harris stayed alive and not died early that game, New York probably would have won that game.
Yeah, and
that point, sorry.
Yeah, I was just seeing if we have even game time enough. Yeah, just that 5 seconds.
Please.
So, but dude, the Outlaws, man, looking pretty good right now. Looking pretty good. I like the different looks.
Yeah, and again, they didn't practice the field either, right? They're just, because of their style of play, it's easier for them to adjust to not playing the field, right? Because they plan on playing in the bunkers for a little bit longer.
Point approved.
we got Straws over here, right? Yeah. You need more offense. They need offense. You need threats. They don't have them right now.
You need threats, and you need to stay alive on the break. Like Harris, 3 points, 4 points in a row, got shot in the first 2 or 3
He came up and said, "What did we talk about last night?"
Yeah,
that's exactly what we talked about. We didn't do it.
Don't die on the break. Play offensively after the break.
Yeah. So, they're going to burn that off, and that is going to do it. Congratulations to the Outlaws finally getting that win here. A longer game against New York Xtreme, and Tampa Bay Damage beat up on Level. Next up, don't go anywhere. Level taking on NRG Elite, and the Prospect team taking on the MLKings here at the Pro Paintball Invitational at Central Florida Paintball. Matty Marshall, Rich Telford here on Gosports. We'll be back.
The driving mission at Gosports is to bring you the best paintball content and broadcast in the world, behind the scenes, in the pits, and on the field. To continue this mission, we're rolling out a renovated website platform across the board, with easier search functions and a more robust chat system for better interaction with your fellow fans. Dive farther into the game with a new integrated stats portal,